It is that time of year, corned beef time. And today I am going to show you how to make the best, most tender, most flavorful homemade corned beef that you have ever had, thanks to Sous Vide. And make sure you stay till the end because I've got a little trick that I do at the end to give it just a little extra pop of flavor. Welcome back to the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. My name is Heather and I am here to show you the easiest way to get the best results in your kitchen. And of course, you guys know by now, Sous Vide honestly probably is the easiest way to get the best results. It does usually take longer, but it's easy and it's amazing. And today I'm going to show you just how great homemade corned beef can be using your sous vide circulator. And if you're looking for more easy sous vide recipes and other recipes, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell because I come out with new videos every week and that way you will be notified. Now, there are lots of ways you can get awesome corned beef on your table. You can buy it pre-made, you can buy it pre-cooked, you can buy it pre-seasoned. Today, I'm going to show you how to make your own using a beef brisket and putting it in your own brine and then sous videing it for a long time, 48 hours to be exact, but don't let that scare you off. It is well worth the time investment and it's a piece of cake. So sous vide, what I have done here, I have my corned beef, it's all ready to go. It's all ready to eat actually, and it has been in here for 48 hours. But I gotta tell you what I did to get to this point. I made my own brine. Now, as you guys all know, you can do a dry brine or a liquid brine. I chose to do a liquid brine. Get a big old pot, pour in 8 cups of water, and then you add all kinds of seasonings that are gonna really infiltrate into this beef brisket to turn it into corned beef. Of course, there's salt, there's sugar, there are peppercorns, there's mustard seed, there's bay leaves, there's all kinds of stuff. I have the link to the full recipe below and it is on thespicyapron.com. So make sure you do not skip that step. And to get a real corned beef flavor, it's got to brine a long time, 7 to 10 days. I did mine for 8 days, so we're gonna see how that turns out. Again, alternatively, you can do a dry brine. Most people do a dry brine. If you look at the blog post, I will put a link to somebody else's dry brine. They usually do that 4 to 5 days. Okay, so I did the brine for 8 days and then I put it in my sous vide water bath for 48 hours. Now, the temperature I chose is 135 degrees. That'll give it a nice, still really tender pink look to it. But the beautiful thing is you can make it as you want it. So if you want to do it at a lot higher temperature, you can. I do have a free PDF download for you. I'll tell you in a minute. It talks a lot about times and temperatures for sous vide cooking. But just wanted you to know where this one was. 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 48 hours after an 8-day brine. And yes, you're probably sitting there going, oh my gosh, is that really worth it? Well, guess what? We're gonna find out. Another note about sous vide. I chose to do this one with the vacuum seal method, and let me tell you why. As you know, you can either do vacuum seal or the water displacement method. I have this video up here where I did burgers and I go into a lot of detail about exactly how to do the water displacement method. The reason I chose to do the vacuum seal with this is because it was going to cook for a long time, 48 hours. And I just wanted to make sure it was really, really airtight, which it was. It looks fantastic, as you can see. And the other time I choose to use vacuum seal is when I'm doing vegetables, because vegetables do tend to expel some gas as they're cooking sous vide. So I will always vacuum seal vegetables. Other than that, I do tend to use the water displacement method. All right, so now that this is basically done, ready to go, I'm gonna get rid of the sous vide stuff, put it on the cutting board, and show you my little tip to adding some extra flavor. All right, we're back. I have this, it's about a 2-pound brisket that I have now turned into corned beef. It smells wonderful. Again, one of the reasons I chose to do it this way is because I can incorporate the flavors I wanted. I could make it as salty as I wanted. I don't like it overly salty, which can be a problem if you're doing the store-bought blended one. So if you do the store-bought one, just make sure to soak it overnight to get rid of some of that saltiness. All right, so it looks perfect. And here is my little secret. Again, I did it at 135 degrees for 48 hours. Click the link below if you want my free time and temperature download. It's a general chart for basic sous vide cooking for beef and chicken and pork and all kinds of stuff. The free link to that is below, so click it and it will go directly to your inbox. All right, my favorite part is to add some spicy brown mustard. I just like to slather it right on top. The other option you can do, a lot of people choose to toss this in an oven at 300 degrees for about an hour to crisp up the outside. Traditional corned beef really does not have a crispy outside, so I do not do that, but it does look a little prettier when you do it that way. So add your mustard if you like mustard. You can always add this later, keep it on the side, but it is certainly a classic taste to go with corned beef. Now, time to cut into it and see it. Another note on the spices, a lot of people use pink curing salt in their brine, whether it's dry or wet. I did not do this in this one because I didn't have it and it was a little bit hard to find, but if you want that really deep, rich pink color, you probably should add that to the brine. Again, the recipe link is below. Just go ahead and add an extra half a cup of the pink curing salt, which by the way, is different from Himalayan pink salt. Do not get those confused. They are different. All right, let's cut into this. The texture feels perfect. Always make sure to cut against the grain, and let me show you. Oh, doesn't that look perfect? Let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to use my hands and pick it up so you can see in the overhead camera. Okay, see the grain of the meat is going this way, so you want to cut against the grain. Do not cut with the grain because then it'll be super chewy. So let me cut a few more slices and show it to you. And you do want to keep these slices fairly thin if you can. I'd say 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. That way you can pile it up on some sliders, on a roll, and a sandwich. Oh, this just looks fantastic, guys. Look at that. And you know, if you look, hold on, let me pick it up for you. And if you look at that, it still has that beautiful pinkish corned beef look, even though I did not use the pink curing salt. All right, here's the real test, the texture. It feels like perfect corned beef. I'm gonna take a, oh. Okay, I'm thinking I'm in a New York deli. It's just fantastic. You guys, this is so easy and it's so delicious. And if you are looking to make your own corned beef, you gotta do it this way. Thank you so much for joining me on the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. If you like this video, if you're gonna try the corned beef, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And happy cooking and happy eating, and I will see you next time.